Welcome back, everyone. Christmas is almost here. Most of us are thinking about lights, gifts, and cozy nights by the fireplace. But what if I told you that in some houses, Christmas doesn't bring joy? That instead of carols and laughter, something waits, something that watches, something that only comes alive when you least expect it, especially at Christmas. Tonight, I want to tell you the story of Mark and his family, who moved into a quiet suburban neighborhood in Connecticut, a place blanketed with snow every December. Their house was perfect, from the outside. But inside, it hid secrets that would turn their holiday season into a nightmare. And if you hear a faint jingle of bells tonight, don't turn around. Just listen. Mark, his wife Linda, and their children, Ella, 10, and Jacob, 7, had been searching for months for a house to start fresh. This Victorian-style home seemed perfect. White painted wood, a grand front porch, and a towering attic window that overlooked the quiet street. As they stepped inside, the air felt colder than the December night outside. The floors creaked under their feet. Dust floated in the sunlight that streamed through the tall windows. Even the walls seemed to whisper as they unpacked. The children were immediately drawn to the upstairs rooms. Ella claimed she wanted the room with the big bay window, while Jacob picked the smaller room near the attic stairs. Mark's first instinct was to inspect the attic. It was dark, the wooden stairs groaning with every step. The air smelled of dust, mothballs, and forgotten years. In the far corner, half hidden behind boxes, was a large wooden trunk. Unlike the other dusty boxes, it looked old, and almost too clean. Curious, Mark pried it open. Inside lay a Santa suit folded neatly. Red velvet, white fur trim, shiny black boots, almost like it had been pressed yesterday. He frowned. "That's strange," he muttered. He called Linda over. "Look at this," he said. "It's a Santa suit. Must have belonged to the last family." Linda smiled nervously. "Well, maybe the kids will like it for Christmas Eve." Mark shrugged, but something about the suit felt off, almost like it was waiting. That night, while the children decorated the tree, Mark folded the Santa suit on the couch. Ella whispered from the corner, "Daddy, I think I saw him." "Who?" Mark asked. "The man in red. In the hallway," she said, her voice trembling. "Ella, it's just shadows, okay? Go back to bed." But later, Mark noticed the suit wasn't lying flat. Its sleeves were upright, slightly curved, as if someone invisible was wearing it. A faint jingle of bells echoed through the room. Broken, distorted, metallic, almost warning him. Mark's stomach tightened. "I must be tired," he whispered. But sleep that night was uneasy. He dreamed of red velvet sleeves crawling along the carpet, reaching for him, jingle bells echoing in the dark. The next morning, small things unsettled the family. Ornaments on the tree were slightly tilted toward the attic stairs. Stockings swayed gently, even though the windows were closed. Jacob whispered he saw a shadowy figure in red standing at the top of the stairs. Mark tried to rationalize it. The house is old. Noises, shadows. It's normal. By the second night, the disturbances grew. The Santa suit shifted slightly on the couch when no one was in the room. Ornaments fell, all pointing toward the attic. The children claimed the suit's eyes glowed red when they passed by it. Mark awoke at midnight to cold air rushing through the hall. The jingling began again, louder this time, echoing unnaturally. He grabbed a flashlight. The suit was gone. Following the sound upstairs, he found the trunk open. The suit had moved somewhere in the attic. Something about its posture felt aware, watching him. By day 3, the children were terrified. Ella said, "I saw him, standing in the hallway, watching me." Jacob whispered, "He told me to go to the attic. He wants me there." Linda noticed cold spots in the living room that lingered unnaturally, condensation forming in strange patterns on the windows. Mark tried to reassure them, but he could feel it too. A watching presence, almost intelligent. That night he swore he saw the suit in the mirror, partially visible, leaning toward the reflection of himself. At midnight, Mark stayed awake, flashlight in hand. The temperature dropped sharply. A metallic hum of distorted jingles filled the house. The Santa suit began to rise slowly, as if inhaling the cold air. Sleeves stretched unnaturally. Boots creaked with impossible weight. By morning, the children refused to enter the living room alone. Mark discovered footprints in the snow outside the attic window, though no one had gone outside. Ornaments rearranged, spelling letters. Leave. The suit sometimes appeared partially in mirrors, its reflection showing what wasn't there. A neighbor mentioned, the last family left abruptly mid-December. Didn't even take their tree down. Mark realized this entity was testing boundaries. Christmas Eve drew near. That night, the house became a battleground. The suit moved aggressively, lunging toward objects, knocking them off shelves. Ornaments shattered without cause. The children screamed, "It's in the hallway." Mark tried to intercept it in the living room. The suit seemed to split into shadowy duplicates, each one moving independently, surrounding him. Distorted jingles grew into a deafening metallic scream. Cold pressed against him like walls of ice. He barely escaped the living room, hurting the children upstairs. The suit paused, then vanished. Mark decided to confront the attic. Flashlight shaking in hand, he climbed the stairs. The attic smelled of pine and decay. The trunk was open. The suit stood upright, facing him, sleeves extending like claws. It moved deliberately, lunging forward, boots scraping the floor like knives. The jingling was now a roar. Mark fell backward, crashing into the window. Snow poured in. He grabbed a chair, swinging it. The suit hesitated, then lunged again. Suddenly, a reflection in the window showed multiple versions of the suit. And in one, a face distorted, long tongue curling. Grinning at him, Mark screamed, smashing the window to escape. Snow blinded him. He dragged the children down the stairs. By morning, the house seemed quiet, almost normal. The Santa suit remained in the attic, but life was never the same. The children still whisper of shadows and jingling bells. Ornaments sometimes tilt toward the attic stairs. Mark swears he hears faint jingling at night, echoing through empty halls. Some Christmas spirits aren't here to give gifts. Some watch, some punish. Knecht Ruprecht, Krampus, Black Peter. European figures who punish the naughty, cursed or sentient costumes. Absorb energy from previous wearers. Holiday objects with strong energy can become aware over time. Mark had unknowingly invited the spirit by moving the suit, climbing the attic, and interacting with it. So this Christmas, if you find an old Santa suit in your attic, don't touch it. Don't open the trunk. Don't look too closely, because some presents come with a price, and some never leave.